Hey guys, I'm going to show you another custom knife here. I went over this one before, but again, redoing everything, the videos were poor quality. This one's a pretty special one. There's not too many. This is a Mel Pardue. There's not too many of these made, this model. It doesn't normally come with this bottom bolster, so this would be the only one with this, because I had asked for him to put that on there. It's all Damascus bolsters and blade. You can see this is a lever here. It's carved. See, it's almost like a face. Same face as in the bottom of the spine. Right there. Under this bolster, there's a mechanism. This is called it's a rocker lock leaf spring. That's how this knife operates. And the mechanism locks it shut. And then when you push the lever down, it's like a seesaw. When you push the lever down, it opens the lock, and the leaf spring kicks the knife open. Now, there's a few different kinds of autos. This one, like I said, it's a leaf spring. There's coil springs where the knife always has tension, the blade. Like this one, it's free on its pivot. You don't start getting tension until you hit the spring right here, and you go to load it. The coil, you know, if you were right here and let go, it wants to fly open. I actually like how it's free on its pivot. This one has some pretty cool, like earthy ivory. It's green and brown and ivory tones in there. I'm into nature, and I like, I like the outdoors. This just reminds me of, it's the green and browns of the trees. Just like that. You can see all the screws are filed. This is a big knife, as you can see in my hand. It's big. This is a 4 3/4 inch blade. Has a bloodline, which helps for strength and bending. And, it collects blood. It's mainly for strength. They call it a bloodline, but it's mainly for strength. Putting this line in gives you 2, one on each side, lines of strength for bending. You can see the blade is more polished than the bolster, so the blade almost looks steel, like a regular steel. But if you look closely, you can see the Damascus. I think that's really cool. It's almost like a mirror polished Damascus. You see it has fluting, extensive file work like usual. So much work. It's all hand done with a little file, no machines. I just wanted to show you guys something else too. I had mentioned before how I feel some knife makers don't care what they're selling as long as they're making money, and the love for the knife is almost out the window. It's like they don't care if they're selling, shoes or knives, as long as their product is selling. And you can tell right here, again, this is Mel Pardue. Look at the inside of the knife. Nobody would ever see this. Like, this wasn't done to help him sell it. This was done because he loves making knives. And he wants to put his best into every single one. No one would ever notice was there. I didn't know it was there until I took it apart one day. I was like, damn, that is some nice guts. It almost looked cool just like that. When this knife came, originally it had different ivory scales on it. It had these scales, which if you like lighter ivory, then these ones would be more your style. I actually like the darker ones and the colors, because they're just more rare and they're just cool. But this is a set, the set that came with it. It's not a bad piece either, with all that, all those cracks. Actually, not called cracks. I forget what they're called. When they're natural, they're called something else. This one here, as you can see how flat this is, the ivory? These ones had like a little, it's not bad, a little tiny bit of impregnation. It's like, yeah, you can make any ivory flat if you sand it, but then you lose the color. So luckily, these came flat, so we didn't have to sand them down and lose color. And that's horrible when that happens, because the ivory, you pay a little more money when it's colorful. And if you had to sand it off, that would be devastating. It's like you can see these didn't come this way. I'm sure they had more bark and more brown. But when you had to sand them to shape them and get them flush with the knife, they lost most of their color. They still look decent though. I just didn't, you see this right here? It's like a stain. It's so small, but it bugged me enough to where I had to change them. Didn't set me back too much. I bought the ivory and then he actually put them on for free. So it saved me a good amount of money there. I guess that's about it. A lot of work into this little sucker though. You can see even the leaf spring in there is all jeweled. It's a little piece of ivory as a rest. A little dirty in there. Alright, thanks for checking it out, guys.